Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXP, and today I have Rajib Roy, who is the founder of Royex Technology, and he's one of the OGs of Metaverse. And what I really liked about this podcast when I talked to him, his core thinking is that the Metaverse, it needs to combine the physical world with the virtual world. So, which I 100% agree to him. When I speak to a lot of other people, they're literally talking about how much money Metaverse can make, what the business idea is, which all is great. But when I listened to Rajib talk about, his journey in Metaverse, the core area was how you combine the physical world with the Metaverse world, which is absolutely brilliant. He also talked about, his different ventures that he's working with. One of them being called as medcity.xyz, which I think definitely you need to check it out. He also shared some really interesting detailed information about his book. So, in case if you wanted to specific chapters, he was very thorough with about the book that he has written, and he's given very crystal clear guidance. If you want to look at, let's say, business, which chapter to look at, if you want to learn more about the technology and the importance of reading the final chapter as well. So, absolutely brilliant stuff. He also shared his experience on, what he thinks is the most affected by the metaverse industry. What I really liked about is the time duration when he said that currently, right now, metaverse is still at an early stage. And something which I agree to him quite often in this podcast is on the timeline. He mentioned about by when he thinks the virtual reality headset would be much better. He'll also talk about some of the challenges that, they are facing right now. So, absolutely brilliant stuff. And I definitely think you guys would absolutely love it. And in case you guys do have any feedback or questions or suggestions, in the show notes, you will find his website, you will find his social media channel, and I'll also throw in his personal blog, which I found out that he also writes his own books and quite a lot of other things as well. So please go ahead and check this out as well. So firstly, thank you so much, Rajiv. Thank you so much for doing this. Can you share
Thank you,
us?
George. Actually, it's my pleasure to be here.
Absolutely, likewise as well. And Rajiv, can you share your knowledge and information about yourself and about Royex Technology?
Okay, so I'm Rajib Roy, so the
Hmm.
CEO of the Royex Technologies. I was born and raised in a small village, and I have done my bachelor in electrical and electronic engineering.
Oh,
I
excellent.
have done my master's in computer engineering from Harvard University,
Uh-huh.
and I started the Royex Technology in 2013. The main goal was actually to developing the web development, e-commerce, and app development, mainly for the big companies. We are
I
not
see.
going for the public actually. Not we are not working for any customer at that time. From
Uh-huh.
2017 onward, we start taking the project by ourselves with our own name. Uh, and the metaverse actually, so we everyone actually of us watched the movie Matrix. The time actually we watched that movie, this time it comes to our mind actually that okay,
Hmm.
there is a two kind of world can be possible. One is the real and the virtual. Two kind of world possible, and you can actually switch between from one world to another world.
Yeah.
And the day actually I watched the movie, The Ready Player One, I hope you have already watched in 2018, and
Yeah.
that's actually the real one actually I come to understand that okay, this is something is going to be happen, and I need to be joining this game actually. And from that time, actually, I was actually trying to understand all the VR technology,
Yeah.
blockchain technology, and
Yeah.
all those kind of things. Actually, we started
Yeah.
in 2008. We developed a Rebel coin for a client actually,
Okay.
and the last 7 to 8 months, actually, we really work hard for the metaverse because this is actually different things. Actually, it's not only the virtual world. On the virtual world, you have to make a
Yep.
multiplayer. Actually, multiple person can join. They
Yep.
can talk each other like a normal human being. You
Hmm.
have to give some feeling that okay, I'm handling a product and I can pass the product to you. So
Yep.
those kind of thing we just try actually in all our possible way. We did actually lots of project by
Hmm.
ourselves for R&D.
Yep.
And yeah, now we can say that actually we are actually one of the company in Dubai who can actually develop any kind of metaverse project.
That is absolutely excellent. And as a matter of fact, I really like the fact that you said Ready Player One because anyone who asks me what is Metaverse, the first thing I tell them is go ahead and watch that movie. That movie pretty much summarizes everything about Metaverse.
Exactly.
So absolutely correct. And is that where you initially got involved in Metaverse? And is that from where your blockchain journey also began as well?
Yes, yes. From 2018, actually, the blockchain journey started.
Uh-huh.
At that time, no one actually knows about the metaverse. But at that time, it was actually looks very funny to me. The blockchain
Yep.
means I can't any reason to make a new coin wherever is the dollar and other currencies there,
Yep.
and the currency in the crypto is very much actually fluctuating. So I can't find any real reason.
Yep.
Then when the NFT comes,
Yep.
and when we are actually using the NFT for the property right in the digital world, then
Yep.
it comes to a sense that okay, why the blockchain should be in the market, actually should be in the leading role. Yeah,
That
so
is
that's actually the whole game changing thing.
Yeah, that is absolutely correct. And I'm not sure if you've heard about this company from Dubai called as Damak Properties. What
Mm-hmm,
they have done is they have kept aside $100 million only for
mm-hmm.
digital property. So,
Wow.
and this is just one of the projects. There are numerous other projects. They have kept aside, millions of dollars, and this is only to do with digital real estate property. So one of the ideas of Damak Property is to build
And
mansions.
have you heard about the case actually? What happened? So they already $500 billion they are going to invest by 2030
Yep.
on this actually the metaverse one, and NEOM actually doing that thing.
Yeah,
So
the
it's a
NEOM
huge
in
thing.
Saudi Arabia, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that is going to be absolutely brilliant. I definitely do think that'll be absolutely brilliant. And with reference to you, Rajib, was there any specific person, like the moment you found out about Metaverse, was there any specific person you spoke to, or any websites or YouTube that you looked at in order to get more information, let's say, about Metaverse and blockchain?
I have a two-person actually, Mr.
Uh-huh.
Google and Mr. YouTube. That's the two-person. Always. That's my first place and my last place. Because that's actually the easiest way. You can actually find different things.
Yep.
People actually writing lots of blog and lots of problem they're writing on the online, and it's
Mhm.
easy to find from the Google.
Yep.
And all this new technology, there is no one actually know everything. Everyone
Yep.
has some confusion. So it's best place actually to summarize to get all the information and find the best one actually from your side.
That is absolutely correct. And because you look at information from Google, what I wanted to ask you the next question is, you yourself have written a book as well, right? And
Yes.
so, what was the inspiration behind writing the book? As a matter of fact, I think you've written 4 books. So, what was your main inspiration
Yeah.
behind writing the book?
Okay, so I love reading the books actually from my
Hmm.
childhood. I I read lots of books actually,
Yep.
and still I'm reading actually different types of books. You can't find actually a specific category. I'm reading actually in different categories. Yeah,
Yep.
when I saw the book, actually I got some different feelings. That I feel very respect for the writer because
Yep.
he is actually he is actually sharing his knowledge, which is actually he learned actually with a long experience, yeah,
Yep.
and sharing everything in a books actually, and this feels very noble to me. And
Yep.
once I found it actually, whenever I am working, suppose whenever we start working on the marketing for our company, we found it okay, this marketing is really working very good in our company.
Yep.
So I'm feeling that okay, I need to actually share this experience with all these people, and that's the way actually I wrote my first book, Turn Your Website into a Lead Machine. And believe me, still we are not paying a single penny for the Google advertisement or any kind of advertisement. All are coming in organically in our business, and this is the way actually. So the metaverse concept also comes in the same way. So I'm just learning the metaverse,
Yeah.
and when I'm talking with the people, I found that okay, they have some lots of misconception is going on.
Correct.
People are thinking in a different way. They have their own analysis.
Yeah.
They it's sometimes going right, sometimes going wrong. So I thought actually I need to be actually confine everything in one place so that people have a full understanding of the metaverse, and that's the way actually the book actually the metaverse, the future is here, is born.
Yeah. And for our listeners, Rajiv's book is called as Metaverse: The Future Is Here. It is available in
Yeah.
Amazon. So what I'll do is, if you are someone who is from UAE, there is a link for UAE customers. So I'll mention that in the show notes below. If you're, let's say, an
Yeah.
American, and there is another link, right, for American Amazon. So I'll post that in the link as well. And in that book, that you wrote, The Metaverse: The Future Is Here, Rajib, are there specific highlights from the book that you would like to share to our listeners, like any particular topic that they need to focus more attention on, or something that they will be benefited by it?
Actually, my book is divided into eight chapters, and
Ah,
that covers all aspects of metaverse.
I see.
Although the book is actually mainly focused majorly for the business side of the things, but that doesn't mean that okay, it is only for the business owner.
Okay.
Although it creates a more towards them. This book is for anyone who wants to complete overview of the metaverse.
Yep.
Yeah, the the book goes in depth, explaining all the facts of the metaverse thoroughly. And
Yep.
anyone curious and interested in learning the metaverse, they'll get a benefit actually from the book. Suppose if you are very interested in the crypto, blockchain, NFT, the
Yep.
chapter 3 is for you.
Chapter
If you
3.
are
Okay,
interested
brilliant.
in the metaverse marketing, the chapter 5 is for you. If you want to
Excellent.
know actually what is happening, what is actually the most curious thing is happening on the metaverse, chapter 6 is for you. But
Excellent.
one thing I am telling the listener actually, they have to read the final chapter. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's actually the I just try to paint the picture of the metaverse in future. So how the metaverse will happen in 2030, how it will look like, and what kind of possibility is there. Because
Yep.
now metaverse is actually very initial stage. We can't imagine actually where it can go. So someone actually need to come and tell the people that okay guys, it is coming to that place. If you
Yep.
want to be there, you have to start from now.
Yep.
So that's final chapter is very important for everyone.
Absolutely correct. And what I'm really liking is the timeline that you mentioned of 2030, because what I do is every Fridays I published a podcast on Metaverse, and I also target the date as 2030, so which is, less than a
Mhm.
decade from now. And Rajib, you're also working on another project called as medcity.xyz, right?
Yes.
Can you tell our listeners what that project is all about and how is that connected to Metaverse?
Yeah, so Mad City is actually a metaverse city we are developing. Actually, it is for the business world. Yeah.
Okay.
So in a suppose a decentralized sandbox, what it is actually, it is like a gaming world, and all are the character like actually game character, right? But Mad
Okay.
City, all the character are actually real character. Even if you can see me actually there with my own avatar, my exactly just looks like me, and
Oh,
I
okay.
can
Excellent.
talk with the people. And there is a shopping mall is there. You can buy a stall, those kind of things actually.
Yeah.
City actually a metaverse world.
Okay.
So mainly people can using the Oculus or any VR set to actually browse it, or even normal internet browser and or mobile application. They can actually access the city. Yeah.
Oh,
So we are developing a realistic city. And some people are doing the real business, selling the physical or virtual product. There are some places for seminar, conference, where visitor can enjoy some serious discussion, and event organizer can book the space for the host their event. There are some concept place also there, art gallery, lake city. So there will be some viewpoint actually, so people can actually roam around in different place.
that is
And more
excellent. And
importantly, there
can
is
we do that?
actually a big shopping mall here with more than
Uh-huh.
2,000 stores.
Excellent.
Yeah, so and on those store actually, people can actually order the virtual product. Means they can
Okay.
virtually actually order there, and the product will be delivered to your doorstep. So what we are doing, so our this metaverse is connected to your physical system,
Got it.
and
Yep.
whenever anyone actually place the order on this metaverse, physical system actually are automatically notified, and you can give a physical delivery on this thing. So this is the real business is going to be happen on this metaverse.
That is absolutely brilliant. So essentially, what MetaCity is doing is it is merging the physical world with the virtual world, right?
Exactly,
That is
exactly.
absolutely,
And
absolutely
also
brilliant.
also you can buy the land actually, you can buy the store through the NFT. So all the current feature actually what is available in other metaverse, that is also there. But my main target actually to connect the real business person, business people with the physical world.
That is absolutely correct. So is it possible, let's say in the near future, or maybe it might be even live right now. So let's say if I want to buy groceries, I could go to
Mhm.
MetaCity and maybe book it via Metaverse, and the delivery would be done in a physical way, right?
Exactly. And we already developed one new project actually, Metaverse, Royex Metaverse store. So that
Okay.
we do the shopping together. So now just think about it. You are going to a super shop.
Yep.
What happened? You are going with your family
Yep.
together. You are actually doing the shop. So
Hmm.
the main reason actually to go together is actually because you are want to enjoy a fun time together, because you are discussing something and then you are buying the item, right? So
Yeah.
the
Yep.
same thing is possible in the metaverse. If your family are wearing the Oculus glass and you are wearing the Oculus glass, but both of you are in different places,
Yep.
but you can join together. You can do the shopping together. You can keep a single basket for both of you,
That
and
is a
that's the exact. This is the project we showed actually last year. last month in July in Rove City. So we showed to everyone how it's happening, how it's working.
That is absolutely excellent. So let's say if someone's partner or relative is in another country, they can still put on, let's say, the Oculus headset. They can virtually go to the actual store and then you can decide on the shopping experience, right?
Exactly.
That is absolutely brilliant. And I had one more follow up question. What were the challenges that you faced? So let's say, did you have any hurdles that you had to overcome?
Okay, the technology what actually we are working, it is actually not available still.
I see. Okay.
The way suppose there's a difference actually. Suppose whenever you are wearing the Oculus, that control is one kind of control.
Ah, yeah.
You have a hand actually. Your movement is different. Yeah.
Correct.
Whenever
Yeah.
whenever you are in the wave, then
Yeah.
your movement is different. Yeah. So it is very tough for us actually to do a programming so that it can be work in all the places. Give you same kind of experience.
Correct. Yeah.
Same kind of experience is not possible. That's why what we have to do, we have to make actually two to three different types of platform, and
Yeah.
we have to join together. So the work should be very simple, but we have to work actually more. This is the reason, and that kind of thing actually need to come up. And
That's
another thing actually that there is a big problem in the actually the device. Oculus Glass don't have the that kind of power actually to show you actually very realistic
yeah.
environment.
Yeah.
Uh, that's another problem actually. So we are facing, but I think that is going to be overcome in next few years. Yeah, and yeah, so we actually really in a starting position. We
Yeah.
don't know yet actually the in the market side what kind of problem we will face. But people are showing their interest actually. Still, lots of people are visiting our places.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's actually a nice place.
Yeah, the interest is absolutely there, and you're absolutely spot on that, with reference to the headset. As a matter of fact, I was watching the interview of Mark Zuckerberg with Oculus Quest
Mhm,
2, and he was showing the different types of prototypes that they're working on. And he was
exactly.
explaining, what are the challenges that they're facing. And he was saying
Mhm,
that the headsets, probably in 3 to 5 years down the line, will be as small as, let's say, a sunglasses, and they're
mhm.
investing almost $10 billion just working on that headset. So absolutely correct so far as the timing is
This
concerned.
is not only the headset actually, George.
Yeah.
Headset is one of the things definitely need to be improved. Another thing is our nerve system need to be improved.
Yeah.
Yeah, means you have to talk. Means you have to give some sensation to our nerve. What happened whenever you are wearing the glasses and you are start walking?
Yeah.
You are not feeling that okay you are walking because your leg actually is still. Yeah, so you
Correct.
feel
Yeah.
some dizziness. Whenever
Dizziness.
I'm throwing a product, you are actually catching the product. You are not
Yeah.
feeling because your hand has no feeling for that.
Correct.
So that kind of feeling is really possible through the sensor. You don't need to do a physical thing with it because all this feeling comes from our brain. So on the brain, if we can give this kind of stimulation,
Yeah.
okay, I touch a body, I'm walking, at that time the world will be completely different. So
Correct.
that's the thing actually they need to work, not only the glass.
Yeah. In fact, in the class, he was explaining that one of the most important goals of them is what you just mentioned, is the dizziness.
Mhm.
So that, the dizziness has to go away because it becomes pointless, because the user experience needs to be as though you are in the real world, right?
Yes.
So absolutely correct. And the next question, Rajib, what I wanted to ask is, based on your experience in writing the book and working with industries in the metaverse space, what industries do you think would be most impacted by metaverse?
Metaverse is still a very early phase. Actually, it is
Yep.
too tough to find out actually which industry how they can actually adopt it. The benefit actually mainly depends actually the how they're adopting the technology. Yeah,
Yep.
suppose online shopping and gaming industry is definitely completely changing because they are going to adopt it very quickly. But other industry, yeah, suppose just think about our industry and other kind of industries. They are very much dependent with the physical one. As
Yep.
long as your metaverse are not connected with the physical world, it will not be very successful.
Yep.
So that is very important point actually. Whatever we are the project we have to build, we have to think actually how can we connect with the physical world. Just think about you are already using a ERP system for your
Yep.
whole company. You have actually a company with 100,000 people are using that same ERP system, but
Yep.
your metaverse are not connect. with that ERP system, there is no meaning. No one is going to use the Metaverse because you are not using their ERP. You can't change the 100,000 people software to
Correct.
only to introduce the Metaverse. Yeah. So our main goal as a Royex, actually, we are trying to do this kind of connectivity. We have developed lots of API for the Metaverse. And suppose if you have an ERP system or any other kind of system, you want to connect with your current Metaverse, that's we are actually helping the people. Suppose now if you have a store in a Decentraland, you
Yep.
just make every people are knocking, but that information are not going to use CRM system. So is it possible for you to go always in the Metaverse to see that, okay, what people are doing? It is not possible because you have a hundred
Yep.
of salespeople.
Yeah.
So we are actually helping the company to do this kind of job. So connecting their the existing metaverse or new metaverse with their existing system, and
Yeah.
when it will be happen, then the revolutionary will be happen. But definitely, shopping industry, online shopping, the gaming industry is going to be changed very rapidly. There's no
Absolutely.
doubt.
Yeah. So what I really like, what you said is that what Royex Technology is doing is you're trying to essentially merge the physical world and virtual world so businesses can actually utilize your services, with what the
Exactly.
services that you offer. So that is absolutely excellent. And now, Rajib, based on your experience, what advice, let's say, you would give to some individual or businesses who are just starting to get into metaverse? Let's say they just heard about metaverse this year. What advice would you like to give to them in terms of should they focus on the software? Should they focus on the platform? Should they focus on learning about the technology? Or any advice that you have for them?
Uh, my first advice, actually, they need to be explorer,
Hmm.
metaverse explorer, like physical world. So if you explore more country, you will learn more. The same kind of thing actually in the metaverse also. They have to be explored in every metaverse city. Suppose if you are going to Decentraland, Sandbox, Roblox, or whatever, actually,
Yep.
everyone has their own features, own rules. Actually, you need to understand all those things. That's actually the first basic thing. Everyone, yeah.
Yep.
Because if you just go only for the books, actually, you will not feel or you will not understand anything. So you need to be explorer. This is my first advice. The
Yep.
second one, actually, they need to learn some
Yep.
basic of the NFT, how the NFT is working, how the
Hmm.
blockchain actually doing the whole things actually, XR, the AR, VR, MR, all these kind of things. They need to know all those things.
Yep.
So this is my actually the main two things people need to do.
And excellent. And are there any recommendation, let's say, you have for your fellow business partners who are working in the metaverse industry, or maybe even your competitors? Do you have any recommendations for them? Something that you would like to advise to them?
Okay, so the great thing about the metaverse is that its possibility are endless.
Yep.
So you can scale up your business in different level actually within a metaverse. So
Yep.
everyone need to be actually join on the metaverse.
Hmm.
But it is not that okay, you are joining there as only for to get some marketing or some you bring some people there from there and to your normal company. Yeah.
Yep.
So what actually currently exists. That is not happen. So you need to be exist also in the metaverse. So at that time only it can be possible. So before doing anything, actually, the first of all, they need to understand how the metaverse is doing, the current metaverse, and
Correct.
how they are doing the business. Yeah.
Yep.
But you have to find it out actually. Currently, there's some metaverse is there, so they are doing the business actually for them.
Hmm.
But from there, how can you actually take the business from there? So that you have to learn. But to learn it, you have to actually go there. You have to observe it. And
Yep.
another thing actually, which is very important for me actually to attend the local event, seminar or conference. So
Yep.
what happens? So on this place, there's lots of people actually sharing their thought, their
Correct.
idea, but they are not in the business. Maybe they haven't developed any metaverse or anything, but still they have some idea and they are sharing the idea. And
Yep.
this is the best place to find a new idea actually, and you can actually join all idea together and you can start a new business in the metaverse.
Absolutely
And
excellent point. Yeah.
also Dubai Metaverse strategy actually. So that's actually a very ambitious project by our government actually.
Yep.
And we need to follow that thing because what they are planning. So they are already told us actually 40,000 virtual job will be happening in 2030.
Yep.
And how and they are also actually give some strategy. So what in which way and how to do it. And we have to follow up as a business person. We have to follow it so that we can actually gain some benefit from there.
Absolutely. In fact, they've also started a new fund as part of the Dubai Metaverse strategy. I think it is called as a D2A2, which is a digital asset fund or something of that sort. What I'll do is I'll write it in the show notes below. So maybe the
Okay.
fellow business partners, they can also try to see what that fund is all about. And Rajib, on every Saturdays there is an event
Hmm.
which takes place at the Marine Plaza. You're more than welcome to join that also. It's called as Crypto with Coffee, and there are a couple of our
Oh,
metaverse
nice.
projects as well. So it's more of a chit chat and gathering, and some really high tech, heavy duty players like the world's fourth biggest miner. He's over there, the head of
Mhm.
Zilliqa, the chief technology officer of
Wow.
Panther Protocol. So a lot of heavy duty players are there in that. So you're also absolutely more than welcome to join. It's completely free of cost. According to you, Rajib, and this is something which we have covered it in the past also. When do you think is a realistic time frame for mainstream adoption of metaverse? The reason why I'm asking this question is because right now, as we know, there is inflation, there is war between, let's say, Ukraine and Russia, China and Taiwan. And do you think that could actually delay the mainstream adoption of metaverse, or do you think metaverse is here to stay? What do you think on that?
Okay, Russia is actually a big player in the crypto market, in the
Yep,
blockchain market, and
yep,
they are actually really dominating that market. So definitely there will be delay for
yep,
definitely, there is no doubt. But it's still the rest of the world is still there, and metaverse is slowly gaining that actually attraction. Um, but still, it needs some time. As I told you before, actually,
yep,
physically it needs to be connected.
correct.
Otherwise, it will not be successful. It will be just only hype. And we know we have seen the hype in different time also. Every hype actually within 1 year or 2 years, it just actually go down.
Yeah,
But if it is not, if it is connected with the physical world, this is good. This is going to be massive, and we can see a massive change in next 3 to 5 years.
absolutely. I 100% agree, with the timeline, because that is something which, when I do my research, I spot on 100% agree. Brings us to, the couple of few questions that I have. Do you think, Rajib, that in the near future, will the metaverse economy be bigger than the real world economy?
I'm not actually the financial guy actually to give you actually the right answer how the economy will be happen.
Uh huh.
But why we are thinking actually it will be a two different economy. We have
Yep.
because the main goal actually should be to merge the physical world and the virtual world together. It should be
Yep.
work as as you go. Yeah.
Yep.
Just think about nowadays you can't think that okay a mobile application Kareem or Uber is actually the is not a part of your normal life. It is a part of your life, right? So
Yep.
you are not thinking in a different thing, different way. So the
Yep.
metaverse will be also be like this actually. It will be the part of the life. So it should be the single economy actually, in my sense. And but definitely it's actually huge thing is going to be happen. Huge.
Yep. Well, what I think, maybe by 2040 or 2050, I think metaverse will be part of a day-to-day life, right? Something which
Exactly.
kind of like the mobile phone. I think we grew up in an era when there was no mobile phone. So now we know the
Exactly.
difference. That is absolutely correct. And
Now
now,
we
do you?
can't make a life without the mobile phone, right? So
Yeah,
every time we are carrying with us.
that is absolutely correct. And do you have anything else that you'd like to share regarding Royex technology, or anything about your book before we move to the final two questions?
Yeah, so Royex Technology, I told you actually initially.
Mm-hmm.
So we start actually working for actually the big company.
Yep.
So all the big company in Dubai actually they are actually outsource their project. So in 2013 actually we started actually to only to get this outsource project and
Mm-hmm.
to develop in Dubai and to hand over it. And from 2017 actually we start working actually individually, and we are doing actually really good. We have actually the 5 office in 4 different countries.
Oh,
We have a
excellent.
sales office in Qatar also,
Oh, excellent.
and we have a plan actually to expand our business in Saudi Arabia. We already start working with the NEOM,
Yep.
and we already work with the FIFA Saudi Arabia,
Oh, excellent.
Coca-Cola Saudi Arabia actually. So that's actually the biggest actually our interest actually to go to that country because it's something lots of things actually going on there, and I think we need to be present, and that's actually our goal actually as a Royex Technologies. And we have developed actually several mobile applications is still developing and new technology we are trying to build, and we have a new venture is coming up in a Royex studio that is
Oh,
actually game development team. So we are hiring some great game developer. So we can
excellent.
actually start game development for the PS5 and the Xbox.
That is absolutely brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. And I just have two questions, and the second last one is nothing to do with metaverse per se. So, Rajib,
Mhm.
this is something of Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. what is the genre of music that you like?
Okay, that's a tough question actually. It depends actually where I am and with who I am. When I'm with my family, I always love the love song. And
Uh-huh.
but whenever I'm in the office, actually, I'm always love to hear the country music
Oh,
in a male voice actually. But some way actually, I have a big crush for the Shania Twain. So how she was singing before, so it's a completely different level.
it's a different vibe, a different feeling altogether, right?
Yes.
Excellent. And the final question is, so how can listeners get in touch with you or say Royex Technologies? Any website or social media that you'd like to tell them?
Yeah, a listener can go to our website. Our website is very simple, royex.ae. So if they go there, they can actually get our phone number, our all our social media accounts is also there, and they can actually find us in the LinkedIn, and they can actually search by my name, Rajib Roy. And I have actually a personal website, rajibroy.info. So writing all my personal thinking actually about different topics, and
Oh,
all my
excellent.
books and all my new publishing, upcoming books actually also is written there. That's it actually. So you can actually find like this way about us.
Sounds excellent. So what I'll do is, in the show notes below, what I'll do is I'll mention your website, I'll mention the social media, and I'll also mention your personal blog. I wasn't aware that you're writing your own blog, which I think is brilliant. And I'll also mention about the Amazon, where listeners can actually go ahead and buy the book as well. I definitely think listeners will definitely be benefited by this.
That will be great. That will be great.
Absolutely excellent. Thank you so very much, Rajiv, for doing this. Really, really appreciate it.
Thank you, George. Actually, thanks for your time actually, and thanks for inviting me. And the listener, thank you actually. Thank you everyone.